I was a Bellarmine mom, and I actually was there when JW was a student. I was in the Mothers Guild, so we were part of the fundraising team that helped to fund JW House. Fast forward a few years, my husband became terminally ill with stage 4 lung cancer and spent a lot of time at Kaiser Santa Clara. And so I would come over here and use what they call their day room. And that is where you come over here, take a shower, take a deep breath, and go to fight another day at the hospital. The JW House has also been very instrumental in my family. I have a cousin who has a child who is developmentally ill, and she would spend a lot of time over here as well, using the day room or sometimes spending the night just to get a good night's sleep. Because as anybody can tell you, sleeping in a hospital room when you're not the patient is quite uncomfortable, and there's lots of noises. We were part of the fundraising effort, and then once it was built, a bunch of us Mothers Guild moms came over here when it was the grand opening.
Okay.
And we actually saw it, and we were so impressed with all the finishes and all the comforts that are, makes it like a home away from home. For example, the living room. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a home living room. It has a fireplace. It has, you have a television room in here where you have all the creature comforts that you don't necessarily have when you're sitting in a hospital room taking care of a loved one. The first person that I had the most interaction with from a donation standpoint was April Bignell. She was one of the ladies in the office that was one of the people in charge. And when my husband was ill, it was at a time when JW House needed more supplies, laundry soap, toothbrushes, toothpaste. So I went to my village of people and asked, and just sent out an email and said, hey guys, they're looking for these items. Is there any way you can donate? And April called me and said, stop, we have way more than enough now.
Wow.
So that was probably the person that I've had the most impact with. I did come the other day to the tea service for the physician that passed away, and they started that garden. Mm-hmm. And just to hear the meaning of the garden and how it all plays out was just phenomenal and very cool. I'm a local realtor at Intero Real Estate, and I have scheduled we've made dinner twice. I've also put out several emails asking for supplies, and people have donated their supplies. We also, at my firm, we have what's called the Intero Foundation, which realtors give money to this foundation, and then 2 times a year, in the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, we distribute grants, and JW House has been part of our donation. We support things that either help the elderly or the children, and this is, a place where parents come. Obviously, you never want to think about it, but there are sick kids in the world, and this is a place where parents come to help their children. Plus, it's not just a Kaiser house. They do take in from several hospitals around the area. My favorite thing about the JW House is just because it touches such if this sounds weird, I don't mean it to sound weird, but it takes a terrible time in your life and makes it a little bit easier. It makes it a little bit easier to handle it. And so that's what I think I love the most about